Welcome to the Moon. Well, almost. Welcome to the Moon is a flip and write game with 8 adventures which can be played independently or successively in a campaign mode. Welcome to the Moon has standard rules that apply to all the adventures and also specific rules for each of them. Let's start with the standard rules. Shuffle the starship cards and split them into 3 draw piles of 21 cards, number face up. Each player takes an adventure sheet and a dry erase marker. For the missions, follow the campaign book, or else, if you don't play in a campaign, take the mission cards A, B and C of that particular adventure. Each turn is made up of 5 phases. 1. Flip 3 starship cards. At the beginning of each turn, the top card of each draw pile is flipped and placed in front of its pile, action face up. You get 3 new number action combinations. When the draw piles are empty, shuffle the discard piles separately in order to create 3 new draw piles. 2. Pick and write down a number. Every player picks simultaneously and individually one of the 3 available combinations, which can be the same as another player or not. You must write down the number of the combination you picked in an empty space of the marking area of your adventure sheet. These spaces are grouped into different zones depending on the adventure you are playing. In each zone, the numbers must be placed in ascending order from the lowest number to the highest number. A number can never appear twice in the same zone. In a zone, you can leave as many empty spaces as you wish between 2 numbered spaces, then fill them later on as long as you keep respecting the ascending order. Likewise, you can skip some numbers, for instance, put an 8 just after a 6. If you can write down a number, you must do it. If not, then you must cross off one system error box and you cannot perform any action this turn. 3. Use the action. Once your number is written down, you can, but you don't have to, use the action of the combination. You will perform the same 6 actions in all adventures, but in different ways depending on the adventure you're playing. Here is the general description for each action. The robot action allows you to connect, build or explore different parts. The water and plant actions allow you to collect resources and earn points, but only if you write their number in specific spaces. Energy action allows you to improve other actions or their value. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination before you write it down by adding or subtracting 0, 1 or 2. The planning action allows you to fill in an additional space with an X on the same turn beside the space in which you have written down the number of your combination. The spaces filled up with an X are also considered numbered spaces. 4. Incidents. After performing an action, there could possibly be an incident phase. The effects or consequences that can be triggered during the different adventures are resolved at this moment. Accomplish a mission. The 3 mission cards are objectives that have been given to you by the Human Alliance. The first players to fulfill, during the same turn, the requirements of the mission can accomplish it. They write the highest value of the mission card in the corresponding A, B or C space on their sheet. Then the mission card is flipped on the mission accomplished side. From now on, those who accomplish a mission in a future turn will only get its lowest value. You can only accomplish each of the 3 missions once during the game. When you have accomplished a mission, you keep the points you earned, even if you do not meet the requirements anymore later on. Apart from specific endgame conditions specified in the adventure rules, the game ends if one of the players has accomplished all 3 missions, or crossed off all the system error boxes, or filled in all the spaces of the marking area. If you wish to play in a campaign mode and you do not want to have the story spoiled, stop this video and go back to it when the campaign will tell you to. Adventure 3. The Colony. Your rocket has landed on the moon. You can now build the first lunar colony. On your sheet, the top part is a colony, with your rocket in the bottom left corner, buildings at the center, 2 have already been built, pressurized tunnels and an observatory in the top right corner, as well as greenhouses on the side. The lower part of your sheet is the scoring area. In this adventure, each building is a space to be numbered. Each row and each column of buildings form a zone that you must number in ascending order. Each horizontal row of buildings must be numbered in ascending order from left to right. Each vertical column of buildings must be also numbered in ascending order from bottom to top. When you write down a number on a building, you must make sure that this number is in the proper order in relation to the other numbers, both in the same row and in the same column. The rocket in the bottom left corner and the observatory in the top right corner are considered to be already numbered. Moreover, the 2 buildings marked with an X at the center of the colony are already constructed, so they are considered to be already numbered from the beginning of the game as well. The quarters. The colony buildings are divided up into 4 quarters. The first players to write a number in all the buildings of 1 quarter in the same turn must circle the highest bonus of 15 points. The other players must then cross off this bonus and will only be able to get the lower bonus of 5 points. Water action. If you write down the number of your combination in a building with a water tank, then with the water action you can circle that water tank. Reminder, you can always write down a number associated with a water action outside of the intended spaces, and conversely, you can write down a number associated with another action in a space intended for a water action. But in both cases, you cannot perform the water action. Plant action. You must build greenhouses in order to grow plants. For that purpose, circle 1 greenhouse in the same quarter where you have just written down the number of your combination. You must circle the greenhouses of a quarter from top to bottom. Each greenhouse will earn you 1 plant for the end of the game. The 4th greenhouse, which is larger, will earn you 2 plants. Robot action. You must create a network of pressurized tunnels connecting the buildings to one another. At the beginning of the game, you already have 2 tunnels built from the landing site of the rocket. With the robot action, draw a line on the tunnel to connect 2 buildings. These buildings do not necessarily have to be numbered. The line must start from a building already connected to the network. The network can branch out in multiple paths. As soon as a building with a parabolic antenna is numbered and connected to your tunnel network, circle its antenna. If you connect the observatory on the top right corner, immediately circle its 3 antennas. Energy action. Using the energy, you can improve the greenhouses, the water tanks, and your network of parabolic antennas. To do that, cross off 1 box in the scoring area of your choice, the plants, the water, or the antennas. You must first cross off the box with the lowest value, then the others from top to bottom. Astronaut action. The astronaut action allows you to modify the value of the number of the chosen combination before you write it down. -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Moreover, cross off 1 astronaut symbol in the scoring area of your sheet. Planning action. The planning action allows you to fill in a space with an X in addition to the number of your combination. Moreover, you must immediately cross off the available box with the lowest value in the planning scoring area at the bottom of your sheet. The planning action is powerful to quickly establish a colony, but it will cost you some points at the end of the game. At the end of the game, in addition to points earned for accomplished missions and penalty points lost for system errors, tally up your points in each scoring area as follows: plants, water tanks, and parabolic antennas. Tally the plant symbols in your circled greenhouses, the circle water tanks, and the circle antennas. Write down these numbers in their corresponding scoring area. For each of these 3 fields, multiply that number with the lowest visible value in the corresponding scoring area. Complete quarters. Write down and add up the bonuses that you have earned for your completed quarters. Astronauts. The players who have crossed off the most astronauts earn 20 points, the second one's 10 points, and the third one 5 points. You do not earn any points if you have not crossed off any astronaut. Planning. Subtract the lowest values still visible in the planning scoring area.